Hi there, Rocket. Hope you're having a great day today. It's your video lesson. Let's see here, two things I want to talk about. I'll talk about those two things. And if you have questions or want me to look at anything, feel free to send a message on over. I'm more than happy to answer. So let's get to it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to review all the G6 arpeggios that we've talked about so far, and then connect it with a new concept in this lick that I have here for you. But I'll get there in just a second. So just to review. So what we're doing is we're going through each one of the cage chords in the cage system. So the first one we have here is the E form G chord. We chopped it into small pieces, and then we ended up with this string group right here, this 4-3-2 string group, which is 5th fret, 4th fret, 3rd fret. So we have an E form partial chord. We added the note E to it, so we have a G, B, D, and then we add E, and then therefore we have a G6 arpeggio using our E form. All the cage chords can be viewed this way. We talked briefly about the C form, how you can do it that one, but we'll just keep it down here for today. I know we kind of introduced that, I think maybe a couple weeks ago, but OT in the room for that one. Yeah. So we have the E form G chord, G6 arpeggio, which is a G chord, we add the E to it. And then what we can also do is take that E form into the expanded arpeggio version of that. So normally, level 1 arpeggio would be this. Right, just like that, right? And then with this, I can expand out and do this pattern, the 2-1, those are the 1-2 pattern. So we have a G here, a B here, and a D here. So some people actually play the G arpeggio like that, right? This big shape. Right, but we can take this shape here and then incorporate that with the magic triangle. So G, B, D, got a G right here. G, B, D, I found the next G. So anywhere I have a G, I can do that pattern. Here on the 4th and 3rd, so the 3rd and 2nd string, you have to do like a little adjustment because of the tuning of the string, but anywhere they have a G on that string, you can do, right, you can do that right there. And then what we did was, we added the note E to those. So we have, and the reason why I like to approach it this way rather than just giving you a bunch of scales to practice and just say jam with those is because if you solo with chord tones or solo with arpeggios, your solos are going to be much more melodic. That's what we're after, is a melodic solo, not just like noodling up and down pentatonic scales, because you don't need me for that. You need me to show you the arpeggios, that way they actually sound like chords. That's what we're doing. Right? So we have that. So we have those two basic shapes. You can combine them. You can do this. Right? So that's the first thing right there. The other thing you can do with the two we talked briefly about last time is that when you get to a D, like see that D right there, you can bend it up to an E. So if we go, where's another one that would be good? You can bend that up and you get yourself the G6 arpeggio by way of doing a string bend. Now, we talked last time about the David Gilmour lick. Oh, what was it? That's it. That was it. Right? How he's combining that E form and that E form right there. Using those two things, you can come with really cool lines. So he's more or less outlining a chord, the G chord in that one. So that takes us over here to another lick that I have for you. And this one is my Santana lick number 4. So Carlos Santana is where this one comes from. This lick right here, that's something Santana would do, with outlining this chord shape right here, where you right, so if I put a backtrack on and play against that, you have a bit of rhythm. So Gilmour. Santana. Santana. All right. So what am I doing there? Was that I was using an A form, E minor, or A minor form, E minor chord. So I have my A minor shape, right, based off of this, and I bump that up here. So this is an E minor minor shape, as you know that. I'm playing strings 3, 2, and 1. So rather than fretting everything, I just do what I did down here, same thing, and I play. And then that's what's happening right here. So this top part of this chord now becomes a solo line. Right? And you can phrase it any number of ways. Right? You can sweep it. Just go right to the string bends, all kinds of stuff you can do with it. Now, why am I talking about E minor and when we're really in the key of G? Is because you know from your theory that that G major is GBD. If we add the E to it, that's the 6. And if you restack those notes, E, G, B, you end up with an E minor chord. So you can think of G6 and E minor being darn near the same thing, right? It just depends on which note's in the bass. So I can play a G major arpeggio, the 6, and I can play an E minor arpeggio, this 3 string right here based off of this shape. Right? And then by me outlining chords, primarily outlining chords in my solo is going to have a more melodic feel to it and have more harmony going on rather than just me going up and down, I don't know. Right? It doesn't make any sense. So work on that Santana lick right there. Try to incorporate that. If I use all those things, if I use the G6 lick, and then to David Gilmour. E form. Santana. Hours of fun. And basically what I'm doing there is I'm just meandering from one of those to the other. So I have like those things, like when I sit down solo, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna practice these 3 things, and I'm just gonna weave in and out of them. And that's how you start making solos that actually sound good and they have direction to them. So work on that for me. Like I said, if you have questions, send them over and over to me. If not, I will see you. I think I have you for a video next week, and then I'll see you the following. All right, take care, man.